Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play series on the Minecraft Museum. So today I have dug a huge hole. That's a really funny view. Oh my god, it looks like a GoPro. But yeah, I've been digging this really big hole here. And the plan is to make this into like the entrance to the base. Because for a little while now, it's been this portal right here, which looked fine in the grand scheme of this room. Like, it looked pretty good, but I would like to do something a little bit more epic because I'm trying to get better at building large-scale projects, and also I have like over 200 some thousand bajillion gazillion blocks of stone in here. As you can see, like, these are all full. And I would really like to use some of these blocks because they're kind of piling up. Cobblestone too. So I thought, why not build something absolutely ridiculously big? And why not make it the base entrance? Because this is a multiplayer server and people do kind of come on once in a while. And one day I'll have another hub. One day, I promise. I know a few of you have asked for that, but big project, no time. So let me get to digging here, because this isn't the final step. Obviously, it's not going to be a too high thing. It's going to be probably top to bottom, like 50 blocks or so. So how about I start digging that and catch up with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so it is quite a while later. I have been busy doing a lot of digging here, and I've actually gone through both these picks twice already. This is the third run. Poor smiley face, he's having a tough day today. I also realized in the last clip that I said this would be awesome because I would be able to use a lot of my blocks. And that is a lie. I will not be using any of my blocks. If anything, I'll be adding more. Man, I was kind of lost when I said that, because clearly this isn't going to be saving me any blocks. But maybe we'll do something like a castle or something like that in the future. So let me talk a bit about what I wanted to do here. I'm a big fan of like the vintage Mindcrack videos. And if you guys are too, you'll probably remember Nebris. Nebris built this like huge underground stone thing. I'm really describing it poorly. You could probably go find it on his channel. It's like a 10-year-old video though. But he built this huge like underground structure. And basically the only blocks that he used were stone and cobble and I think like stone brick. So I thought it would be really awesome to kind of try to emulate that and really limit the palette and make it more about the ambiance in the room. So as you can see, like, I've been removing all of the andesite and, or not andesite, sorry, which one's that? Diorite, and all of the granite, and I've been replacing it to make it all smooth and cohesive. And it's gonna be really dark in here. And we're, yeah, like I said, we're gonna be really going for a moody build here, because look what happens when I turn on the shaders. Whoa. Imagine this with like almost no lighting. How crazy this is gonna look, right? When it's done and super deep. I still have like 40 blocks to go down. I want this to be like a huge pit, but we're not there yet. So let me get back to digging here, and I'll check back in with you guys once the pit is dug probably, and that'll probably give you a better idea of what's going on in this room. Okay, so the pit is not done, but the crown molding is. As you can see up here, I've changed the design up a little bit since the last clip to have this like alternating pattern, and I think that looks super duper cool. I still have to do a little bit of detail on the roof. Obviously, we're gonna have some other pillars. I've marked them here and here, and those are gonna skip one and go to the next one. So there's gonna be probably about 10 of them throughout this whole thing. And the portal is going to be going, I have enough blocks here, like this. Right? Probably a lot bigger, obviously, but just to give us an idea, it's gonna look a little something like this. And this build is getting obviously a lot bigger than I thought, and I feel like I say that every single episode. I should know by now that I always bite off more than I can chew for these one-a-week videos. And then I end up staying up all night working on these videos. So if you guys haven't hit that like button yet, please do. It really helps me out. Basically, I want to go down probably another bajillion blocks, probably to that torch there, and I think that'll be good enough. This cave is a help, but it's also a nuisance because it means that I can't just like mindlessly dig anymore. Now I have to watch out for mobs. There's a lot of creepers in here, a lot of slimes, a lot of skeletons. It's very annoying, and also a lot of moss. So kind of annoying. Very annoying. So in the last few videos, I've had some really interesting conversations with some of you guys in the comments about mechanics in the game. And I thought it'd be fun to bring that to more of a general discussion with everybody. So I just wanted to give a few of my opinions, and maybe we could talk about them in the comments, because I'm really curious to know what other people think about what I'm about to say. And it's not really a hot take. Like, I'm sure a lot of people think the same thing, and I'm sure a lot of people have had more original and eloquent versions of what I'm about to say. But I wanted to give my perspective as someone who's been playing the game for many, many years, and as someone who's been watching Let's Plays for many, many years as well. I think the game is kind of spiraling out right now. And the reason for this is I think Mojang is kind of just not updating the areas of the game that will really impact long-term players. Right now, they kind of just add a few mobs and call it a day. And a few blocks. And maybe a biome. And these things are all well and good, but they don't really translate to like that long-term playstyle, right? Look at the water update. The aquatic update, I think, is the official name. That was a really good update. And why? Because it added a whole new mechanic, right? The swimming and the water breathing and all that stuff is really awesome, because it adds a whole level of play that even me today, like 1,000 hours into this world, I'm still using that stuff, right? But things like the mangrove and things like the caves and cliffs, I checked it out for like 20 minutes and then I was bored. I was like, okay, well, I've seen it. It's kind of like a tourist thing, right? You spend the day and then you're out. Whereas those other updates were more like, I don't know, like a museum, you know, you go back and still enjoy the stuff. Whereas like, I don't know, not a good example. But anyways, I get kind of bored of the new stuff. And I think they're not really adding anything to the mechanics of the game in a way that impacts the general play style. The play loop has been the same for many years, where you just kind of get a few villagers and you win the game. You can get armor from them, you can get food from them, you can get emeralds from them, it's all free, it's done, right? And I've been kind of trying to stay away from that. I do have a villager trading hall, but I don't use it. What I would like to see from this game is more lore stuff. Like, we have a whole magic system that's been in the game for many, many years, and they've never talked about it. All they do is mob votes. And the problem with mob votes is, like, yeah, they're well and good, and you show us some awesome ideas, but then when you don't add 2 of the 3, you're disappointing a lot of people. And also, one YouTuber can kind of just sway the entire vote, which I think is kind of annoying, because it kind of ruins it, right? Because it's not what the community wants, it's what one YouTuber said, oh, well, this mob is awesome, I'll tell you why, and then it wins. Like, the alley is not that cool. I'm sorry. It's been in the game a while. I've never even seen one. I won't go get one. They're boring. I want more lore. I want more mechanical changes to the game. Like, early game, you got the horse, you got the mule, you got the llama, but then once you get the elytra, you kind of throw those out, right? And that's okay, because the elytra is very good. But wouldn't it be cool if early game you could get like a grappling hook or something like that that would let you move more, but not kind of break the game like the elytra does, where now everything is just a given and free? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm obviously super curious to know what you all think, and I've probably missed a few things, and I've probably overlooked a few things. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious if we could get a discussion going in the comments about this, because it's something that I'm really passionate about. I did a lot off camera. Like, way too much. I'm sorry. So I finished digging the pit. Oh, that's a lot of mobs. I made the pit dark and very dangerous. Pretty good mob farm, considering I have basically eradicated any spawning area near here. And I added the portal. And so basically right now, it looks like this long tunnel, which ends over here at this like egg looking shape. And from over here, it looks like this. This is all well and good. I do like the design. It is maybe a bit too square. I wish I kind of rounded out the roof, but honestly, oh, forgot some blocks there. Honestly, it's a bit too late for that now. I'm not going to go back and change it for a little while. So what I thought would be super duper cool is to maybe give this place a few more interactive features, let's call them. So the first things first, in the last episode, I talked about how the pigmen kept spawning in my base, and I used to have like 1,000 pigmen in here. So my solution to this is I'm going to put a few trapdoors back here, and I'm going to put an egg like right in their view over there so that hopefully they die when they come through. That's life hack number 1. Number 2, wouldn't it be really cool if when you came through this portal, you had like lights turn on or like lava flowing down? One of my friends actually just gave me that idea, but to have lava like flowing down like doosh, 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 as you're walking, lava is shooting out. And like after, I don't know, a minute, it gets sucked back up, and vice versa. When you come through here, the same thing. I think that would be super duper awesome. So I'm going to get started on the redstone on that, and hopefully that'll help this area with a bit more life and a bit more grandiosity, if that's a word. All right, so I've set up all the dispensers, and I've set up the first redstone line. So I was originally playing around with having like 2-way repeaters for the timings, but then I realized that they would all just turn on at the same time. And the idea is that, let's say the portal is here. This is the portal. Yeah, the bamboo scaffolding portal. When you come through, it's going to detect, right? And those ones there are going to turn on first. Go like toosh, toosh, doosh on this one, right? But if you're on the other side, then it's the opposite. So having a 2-way repeater won't really work for this usage case because we won't be able to control the individual timings both ways the same way with the same line. So I've set one up here, and this should work. This is pretty long, actually. Maybe I'll set one up here. So this should work for one, and then we'll have another line running like basically just on top of this, like so. And that'll be controlling another repeater with a different timing. So that way, it's 2 systems in one and much more compact. I hope that works, and I hope that made sense. One day I'll be good at redstone. Hey, welcome back, everybody. So I have finished pretty much the entirety of this room. Let's check it out. Whoa, still going. Okay, so I know I said I wanted to keep it dark, but I thought that the darkness was a cool opportunity to try this like candle trick where they just float. And I think honestly, it looks better this way than just like pitch black room. Let me know if you agree with that. There's probably still a lot more detailing that I want to do, a few more architecture tidbits, but for the purposes of right now and of time and everything, I think this is pretty good. I have also created an unfortunately large mob farm, and these guys are picking up items and they won't leave. So we're probably gonna have to half slab the whole bottom here, or maybe there's some other solution you guys have in the comments. Let me know what would be cool in the bottom here. Beyond this, I added some music that you've probably heard, which is pretty awesome. Let's go check that out. And that took me actually a very long time, and I'll tell you why. Because I downloaded a software that like lets you see the note blocks, but I didn't realize for the longest time that it plays octaves that aren't in Minecraft. So I was having a really hard time making music. Anyway, if you recognize that song, drop it down in the comments what you think it is. I half recognize it. I had to change it though because it wasn't perfect. But basically what happens is the tripwire gets signaled, and this line here turns on and triggers the farm from back to front. I ended up only going with one because I think it's just simpler that way and probably a little bit less laggy. And then here we have a T flip-flop. So basically, when the lava is down, this here creates a loop so that it keeps playing. Unfortunately, the timing is a little off. I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to think of a way that I could fix that because basically I have too many repeaters. And yeah, so kind of tricky. I could only have 4 and I have 5. I needed 5. So yeah, please let me know what you guys think or what we should add to this room. So far, I think it looks absolutely insanely big and daunting. We're gonna have to get a speed beacon here for sure. Okay, so Abdo says, Ecolio, there's a man walking on your map. He's ruining your hard work. Ecolio! And that is true. There's a guy on the map, and that comment really made me laugh. Really great comment. Basically, the name for that guy is going to be Atlas. A few people suggested it, and it's a really cool name. I really like it. I think it's really nice. So thank you for helping me with that. I really needed some help. I had another thing that I wanted to mention at the end of this episode, because if you're watching this far, thank you. And that means you probably like the videos, which means you probably would enjoy maybe a live stream here or there. I used to stream on Twitch like a few months ago with varying levels of success compared to how YouTube is going right now. So that's why I've kind of only been doing YouTube, because I've been getting a lot more out of it, in my opinion. But I do really like streaming, and I would love to interact with more of you guys and maybe do some events and whatever would be really cool. But I'm not too sure if there's an interest. So please let me know in the comments, would you like to see me live stream? And if so, what's better, Twitch or YouTube? To me, Twitch kind of is better because I already have it all set up. But I do understand that YouTube might be awesome as well. So that's about it for this episode. I know it's a bit of a shorter one, but digging that hole took forever. If you're still here, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time.